The following is a class on the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 16th chapter, text number 2, given by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on the 12th of December, 1973, in Los Angeles, California.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Sa uttarasya tanayam.
Sa uttarasya tanayam.
Upayem iravatim.
Upayem iravatim.
Janamejayadin chaturas.
Janamejayadin chaturas.
Tasyam utpadayat sudam.
Tasyam utpadayat sudam.
Sa uttarasya tanayam.
Sa uttarasya tanayam.
Upayem iravatim.
Upayem iravatim.
Janamejayadin chaturas.
Janamejayadin chaturas.
Tasyam utpadayat sudam.
Tasyam utpadayat
Sudam. Sa uttarasya tanayam.
Sa uttarasya tanayam.
Upayem iravatim.
Upayem iravatim.
Janamejayadin chaturas.
Janamejayadin chaturas.
Tasyam utpadayat sudam.
Tasyam utpadayat sudam.
He Uttarasya of King Uttara Tanayam daughter Upayeme married Iravati Janamejaya Adin headed by Maharaja Janamejaya Chaturaha four in number. Tasyam her. Utpadayat married. Sutan sons. Translation.
Utpadayat married
To be produced.
begotten. It can be begotten. That's correct.
King Pariksit married the daughter of King Uttara and begot four sons headed by Maharaja Janamejaya.
Uttarasya tanayam. Maharaj Pariksit, his mother's name was Uttara. Uttara means King Virata. He had two issues, one son, one daughter. The son's name was Uttara and the daughter's name was Uttara. This Uttara was taught dancing by Arjuna. When Arjuna was staying at Maharaj Virata's house as an ordinary dancing master, they did not know that he is Arjuna, because the promise was for 1 year they should remain incognito. If they are detected, then again for 12 years they will be banished. So Arjuna, Bhima and others, they took different types of services in the house, palace of Maharaj Uttara, Maharaj Virat. So he was appointed as a dancing master, teacher to the daughter Uttara. Just see, Arjuna was a great warrior and he was expert dancing master also. So, when it was disclosed that these servants, they are the Pandavas, they remained here as ordinary servants. So Maharaj Virat was very much pleased that such exalted persons are living in my house incognito. So he offered Uttara to Arjuna that you marry my daughter. You have taught her dancing. So Arjuna said, how can I marry her? I am teacher and she is my disciple. She is my daughter. How can I marry her? Then Arjuna said that if you want to keep this daughter in our family, I have got a grown-up son, 16 years old, that means Abhimanyu, the son of Subhadra. The Subhadra. Krishna, Balaram, Subhadra. So Subhadra was married to Arjuna and the son was Abhimanyu. So Uttara was married to Abhimanyu. And the son was Maharaja Pariksit. Abhimanyu was just married and the war was declared. So when Abhimanyu had to go to fight, so he went to fight in the battlefield of Kurukshetra on behalf of his father, but he never returned. He died. So Uttara was pregnant and Maharaj Pariksit was within the home. But the opposite party, they killed. The last killing was 5 sons of Pandavas. They were sleeping and Ashwatthama, just to satisfy Duryodhana, he killed these sons while they were sleeping, most abominable, and brought the heads to Duryodhana. Now finished the Kuruma. So Duryodhana could understand that they are not the heads of the Pandavas, but their sons. So out of disappointment that our whole family is now finished, he died. So only Maharaj Pariksit was in the womb of his mother. That was also attempted to be killed by Brahmastra. Brahmastra is almost similar to the atomic weapon. Brahmastra, the specific function of Brahmastra is that when this weapon is released, it will kill the particular man wherever he is. It will go there and kill him. It doesn't matter whether he is in front or in somewhere. The weapon is so powerful that simply by mantra you release it and it will kill your enemy, wherever he is. So one Brahmastra was released to kill this child, baby within the womb, embryo, to kill. And at that time, Uttara felt that her pregnancy is going to be discharged. So immediately she approached Krishna, I am feeling like that, miscarrying. Please save me. So at that time, Krishna entered the womb of Uttara and saved the child from the Brahmastra. So Maharaj Pariksit is such a devotee that he was protected from the embryo by Krishna. Therefore, Sukadeva Goswami had this Mahapaurishika, your great personality. So this Maharaj Pariksit was again cursed by a Brahmin. He could retaliate that, but he did not do so, just to offer respect to the Brahmin. He considered himself offender. That is the last stage, and because he was cursed by Brahmin at the last stage of his life, 7 days he heard Srimad Bhagavatam from Sukadeva Goswami. Therefore we have got this book. This is the whole story. So here Maharaj Pariksit, son of Uttara, but he married his maternal uncle's daughter. That was permissible. Still it is permissible. This kind of marriage is considered very aristocratic, to marry the daughter of maternal uncle. So Arjuna also married the daughter of maternal uncle. Kunti is the sister of Vasudeva, Krishna's father. And Subhadra is the daughter of Vasudeva. So he also married. Except in southern India, this process is now no longer existing. In Bengal and other provinces of India, they do not marry the first cousin. So that is the marriage system. But in southern India, still to marry the daughter of maternal uncle is considered as very aristocratic. So this system was current 5,000 years ago also. So Maharaj Pariksit married his uncle's daughter, Uttarasya Tanaya. Tanaya means daughter. Uttarasya Tanaya Upajima. And her name was Iravati. Iravati. So, in the womb of Iravati, Maharaj Pariksit begotten 4 sons. The first one's name is Janamejaya. Adi. Adi means beginning with. He begotten 4 sons. Beginning with Janamejaya. The history of Janamejaya is also very nice. You can read the Janamejaya paragraph.
Janamejaya, one of the Rajarshi kings, and the famous son of Maharaj Pariksit. His mother's name is Iravati, or according to some, Madravati. Maharaj Janamejaya begot 2 sons of the names Gyatanika and Sankukarna. He celebrated several sacrifices in the Kurukshetra pilgrimage, and he had 3 younger brothers named Shrutasena, Ugrasena, and Bhimasena II. He invaded Taxila, or Ajanta, and he decided to avenge the unlawful curse upon his great father, Maharaj Pariksit.
Yes. Maharaj Pariksit was cursed by a Brahmin boy, not even 12 years old. When he heard that his father was insulted, one Muni, he was in meditation, and Maharaj Pariksit was in the forest hunting, so he was very much thirsty. So in those days in the forest there were many hermitages, saintly persons, sages used to live. So he entered one of them and asked for water. But the Muni was great meditation. He could not hear him, received the king. So he felt insulted that I asked water. This man is silent. So there was a dead snake. Out of anger, he took the dead snake and wrapped him and went on. So this news was spread, and his son was playing. And as soon as he heard that my father has been insulted in this way, he became very angry and cursed him immediately that this snake or a snake would bite this king and he would die out of snake bite. So, and then again he came to his father. He was crying. The father, at that time the meditation of the father was broken. And why, my son, you are crying? And you have been insulted by Maharaj Pariksit. I have cursed him like this. Oh, he became angry. Oh, what you have done wrong thing? You have cursed Maharaj Pariksit. Oh, the greatest blame will be on the Brahman society. The Kali Yuga begins deterioration of the Brahmin community. You are the first. The one thing is that even a child born of a Brahmin was so powerful that because he cursed Maharaj Pariksit to die out of snake bite, it could not be withdrawn. He died. Just see how much Brahminical power was that time. Even a child, what to speak of, grown up. So in those days, as in the first verse we learn, Dijavarsha Shikshaya. Actually, the Brahmins, they were controlling the state, but not directly, not sitting on the throne, but giving the kings good advice according to Shastra, that you rule over like this is the process, and the king should abide by it. Although the monarchy was there, but they were not irresponsible. First of all, the king was trained and educated perfectly. Therefore it is called Dijavarja Shikshaya. Yesterday I explained Dija, the twice born Brahmin, and again it is added with another word, Varja. Varja means the first class, not third class, first class man. Dijavarja Shikshaya. They used to teach, they used to advise. And if the king was worthless, sometimes they would kill the king, and next son, his son would take position. That was done in the case of Maharaj Ben. Maharaj Ben, he was upstart. He was born of a low-class mother, so he became so upstart that in his boyhood he was playing with friends, and if there was some quarrel, he would kill such friend. So his father became so disgusted, tried to reform him in so many ways, but he could not be reformed. The father, Maharaj Anga, he left the kingdom all of a sudden, being disgusted. Then the Brahmins asked the king that you are not ruling very nicely, you have stopped all religious function, this is not good for the people, neither for you. They first of all tried to pacify him by nice instruction, but the king said, you Brahmins, you do not know me very well, I am God and this and that. Then he was killed by the Brahmins. You know that Jamadagni, Parashuram, when he saw that the kings were not responsible, he killed the whole Kshatriya family for 21 times. So that was the government. If the Brahmins should see that the Kshatriyas, the kings, were not ruling properly according to the Vedic principle, sometimes they would kill the king. So the Maharaj Pariksit was also killed, but not for his fault. There was, of course, little fault that he took his. That is Krishna's arrangement. He was to go, leave this world so that Bhagavat may be spoken and people would derive benefit out of it. Otherwise, Maharaj Pariksit could retaliate. He was so powerful, devotee, but he did not. So, God did it.
He performed a great sacrifice called Sarpa Yagya to kill...
Sarpa Yagya, because his father, Maharaj Pariksit, died of a snake bite, so he performed a yagya that all the snakes within this universe must die now. That was his determination. So he was performing such yagya that all the snakes, they are coming and falling on the fire. So there was such powerful mantras that one could do that. These things are now forgotten. Nobody knows, nobody can believe. But it was possible by the Brahmins, by chanting the Vedic mantra, they could do anything they like. That was the yagya performance. Go on.
To kill a race of serpents, including the Takshaka, which had bitten his father to death. On request from many influential demigods and sages, he had to change his decision to kill a race of snakes.
Yeah. Although he was determined to kill, he was requested by many demigods and persons just for one snake's fault. That was also destined. You cannot kill all the species of snake. Then it was stopped. Then
But despite stopping the sacrifice, he satisfied everyone concerned in the sacrifice by rewarding them properly and stopping further procedure of the sacrifice. In the ceremony, Mahamuni Vyasadeva also was present, and he personally narrated the history of the battle of Kurukshetra before the king. Later on, by the order of Vyasadeva, his disciple Vaishampayana narrated before the king the subject matter of Mahabharata. He was much affected by his great father's untimely death and was very anxious to see him again, and he expressed his desire before the great sage Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva also fulfilled his desire. His father was present before him, and he worshipped both his father and Vyasadeva with great respect and pomp. Being fully satisfied, he made charities most munificently to the brahmanas present in the sacrifice.